Ladies and gentlemen, let's face it, probably mostly gentlemen. Welcome to Strike Thoughts. The first Strike Thoughts in a while, obviously lockdown, quarantine, and all that. And I'm here with my good friend Pete. All right, bruv?
Yeah, mate, we're back.
Yeah, back, man. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Fucking excited.
Mate, this is
Well,
news,
not about quarantine, but Saturday. So excited.
I can't wait. I'm so glad the UFC are. Do you know what? I'll be honest. I'm still a little bit. I'm like.
Oh, no, don't. No. Well, that's what I don't understand, because I've seen some people have been posting up videos of themselves getting tested. Like, have you seen that with a cotton swab?
Nah.
Oh, mate, it's fucking disgusting. So they're like, I think Pettis put up a video first, and then Tony, and they're basically sitting in a chair with their heads back, and there's like a cotton swab that's like a good fucking 5-6 inches, and it goes
Right
all the
up
way
the
down.
snoz. Yeah.
And it's, oh god. But then what if one of them comes back today or tomorrow that they've got it?
Exactly. And it depends. It depends how many people they've interacted with. It could lock off the whole
I know.
fucking thing.
Yeah. That's what I don't understand. So hopefully they're all. Maybe they must have been pre-tested like during the week, or fuck knows, but they wouldn't leave it to the last minute.
You'd hope so.
Mm.
We're using Zoom to record this, and I'm too tight to pay for an upgrade. So we've got 30 minutes, Pete, to run through and discuss it. And why don't we start? First of all, this card, Pete.
I know. Yeah, where do you start?
It is absolutely insane. The first fight, we've got Ryan Spann against Sam Alvey. I remember Alvey won his last fight with a submission, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah.
So he's obviously doing really well, coming off a win. Ryan Spann, a name I'm not too familiar with, but as I say, the first fight, I'm sure is going to be a fireworks.
What's that on? Prelims?
No, this is the early prelims. There's 3 early prelim fights.
Right. Okay.
So that's the first one. The second fight will be Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty, who is a fighter I'm a bit of a fan of. He's against Charles Rosa. Have you seen? Obviously, well, I was going to say, have you seen Theo Von? You fucking met Theo Von.
Yeah.
Theo Von's got a podcast, and Bryce Mitchell was on it. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, okay. No. What? Wait. Just on Theo Von's podcast?
Yeah. So Theo Von's podcast this past weekend, he had Thug Nasty on it. Bryce Mitchell. He's a proper, obviously, southern dude. I think they both might be from Louisiana,
Okay.
but he's from somewhere in the south anyway. And he's like talking about being on a flight, and he's like, Bryce Mitchell's like, the first thing I do when I get on a flight, I sit down, I get comfortable, and then the whole time I'm looking out for terrorists.
Jesus Christ!
It's like, fucking
it's one of them.
Calm down.
I know. Have a fucking gin and tonic
and some peanuts. Yeah. Feel free to stop me, mate, if you've got anything. The next fight, which is one I'm very excited about, Vicente Luque against Nico Price.
What? That's one of the first 3 fights.
That's the early prelim, the third one.
See, that's how fucking good this card is. They've had to put something like that. That could be like co-main event.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I think I did look at that one earlier. I've got to say, I don't know that Luque. I don't know. I'd probably pick him out of the 2. Not that I'm picking favourites, but just the way that. What was it? What was that? That was a close fight, though, wasn't it? The what's his name? Perry fight.
Yes.
Perry when he busted it. Oh, when he busted his nose?
I think when he fucked his nose up. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell, yeah. That should be a good fight.
Let's have a look. So Nico Price, he's fought James Vick, Jeff Neal, Tim Means. Actually, no, I can't see Perry. Was that him?
No, Luque fought Perry, I think.
Oh, Luque, sorry.
Yeah, Luque,
they've actually fought before these two.
Okay.
They fought on October 28th, 2017, and Vicente Luque won by a Darce choke.
Okay.
So, again, I'm always excited when fighters are fighting for the second time because they've already sort of got a feel for each other.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really looking forward to that. But
that should be good.
You are right for it to come, for that to be the early prelims.
Crazy. They're just going full whack with this one.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. So that's the early prelims. If we move on to the prelims, we've got, and I am going to ask you for predictions, Pete, because I love doing Pete's predictions. Okay. I will ask you for some. So yeah, we've got the first fight on the prelims, like ridiculous. Uriah Hall against Jacare Souza.
Right. So I was reading up some stuff about this today and how inconsistent Uriah Hall is. Like everyone thought he was just going to blitz his way to the top, but he is. I've tuned in before, and I've been like, this guy's fucking wicked, and it's just not. He's just not lived up to it. But then again, I guess Jacare's getting on a bit. I'd say Jacare could probably could just take him down, submit him. I'd probably say that. Yeah.
Yeah, Souza is obviously one of the best jiu-jitsu players in the whole of the UFC. Do you remember, did you ever see Uriah Hall on The Ultimate Fighter when he fucking spinning back kicked that geezer's fucking head off?
That's the one. That's the one they've done the build-up of adverts for about a week. They didn't show you it. It was just like everyone's reaction is like, oh, fucking hell, what's going on? But that's what I mean. He has had some good fights, but he's just not. I don't know. But then again, he could just pull it. What did I read? Did I read saying he's got like one of them two's got a fucking reach advantage. I don't know who it is.
Let's have a look.
It might be Uriah Hall actually, maybe with his kicks or whatever. But like he's got like maybe a better reach advantage. But yeah, I think if Jacare just wants to fucking drag him down, he could.
Again, could just take him down and fuck him up that way. I can get the stats for both of them up there. So the reach advantage is Uriah. Yeah, so Jacare's got a 72-inch reach, and Uriah Hall is nearly 80, so 79.5.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's quite a big reach advantage. But then, but no, it's still exciting though for a first fight.
Who you got then? Who you reckoning?
Yeah, Jacare. Fuck it. Don't quote me on this, everyone.
No, of course not. Just a bit of fun. And then after Uriah Hall, we've got Carla Esparza against the karate hottie Michelle Waterson. Yeah, this should be a good fight. Who you got for this one?
I've got Michelle Waterson. No, not just for looks, but I can't remember where I saw that Carla Esparza fight the last fight. I've seen her get battered though by someone.
Probably Nunes. She's fucking bad as everyone. And then after that, we've got Alexei Olenek against Fabricio Verdum. Verdum is on the fucking prelims.
I know that one's interesting because apparently he's had quite a long layoff. Apparently he ain't been in there for like 2 years. Something like that.
Who's that? Verdum?
Yeah, and even though that other guy's lost a couple, I think he's come back and won. But like. Yeah, Geezer's got a fucking matter. What's his name? Olenek.
Yeah, Alexei Olenek. Yeah,
Olenek. Yeah, like 46 submissions or something. Shit, like some fucking mad stat like that.
Fucking hell.
But that'd be fucking so interesting. I like them sort of matches when you've got two people that are that good on the ground. It's like who can snatch that submission first. But then they were saying that Olenek goes running in a bit, sort of bull in a china shop, like to try and get the takedown. So. I think I said Verdum on that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking Verdum's going to take this. Although Verdum hasn't fought since UFC London in March 2018, so he's been off for over 2 years, bruv.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, but yeah, I'd just say striking wise and championship level. Yeah,
he's coming off a loss to Alexander Volkov, which obviously is is nothing to be ashamed about. Volkov's a beast, but Verdum is one of the greats, bruv. I think he'll go down as one of the top 5 heavyweights of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Absolutely. And then, I mean, again, bear in mind, this is the fucking prelims.
I don't know, they're not even getting better. They're just all staying as good as the last fight.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. So we've got Anthony Pettis against Cowboy Cerrone. Talk to me about this one, man.
I really want Cowboy to do it.
Right.
Just I don't know, I felt sorry for him in the last fight. Obviously, I wanted McGregor to win, but I like Cowboy as well. And obviously, Cowboy's lost to Pettis before, so for him to come back after a devastating loss to McGregor and to beat like an old rival that's beat him before, if he can come out and get the finish as well, like or something like that, it could just cement his place back in and be like, look, I'm fucking still here. I'm not just fucking washed up. Because I'd hate to see someone like that get washed up, but just because of the amount of fights he has. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't mind seeing him fight fucking 3 or 4 times a year if he's getting a win here and there.
Exactly.
I don't want to see him. Yeah, I don't want to see him just get fucking beaten into oblivion.
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. Coming with Pettis, he's actually lost his last 2, bruv, against Carlos Ferreira, and he lost to Nate as well. His last win was when he Superman punched Stephen Thompson's head off.
Oh, well, that must have been in between Ferguson, because he lost to Ferguson as well.
So he lost to. So he fought. Ferreira was his last fight. He lost that. He lost to Nate. He beat Stephen Thompson, and then he lost to Tony.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, he's not on a good one either.
Coming off 2 losses. As Pete mentioned, Cowboy and Pettis have fought before, with Pettis winning and actually got knockout of the night actually. So devastating knockout that time. But you're right. It'd be good for Cowboy to come back and kind of get rid of that. But he's coming off 3 losses against McGregor, Justin Gaethje, and Tony. His last win was against Ray Janelle. But yeah, I'd love him to do it. I know your heart's saying Cowboy, but what do you think for this one, bruv?
Yeah, I don't know why. I reckon he might do it as well. I reckon he's got like less pressure. He's had time to just recoup. I think it's a good fight for him to just come back in, and I don't think Pettis is what he was. But everyone says obviously he's like a slow starter. If he can, I reckon if he gets past like the first little fucking few barrages from Pettis, and the longer it goes, I think he's got more chance.
It's at 155, so it's at lightweight. What do you think about that?
See, that's weird as well, because the last few times I've seen Pettis, that's weird as well, isn't it? Because I think Cerrone cuts better, really. I think Pettis has got a bit. Even at welterweight, he looks a bit like chubby.
Yeah.
So maybe he won't like that. I don't know. Fuck knows. Yeah, I'll go Cowboy. Submission. Fuck it. Why not?
There's no ramifications. Okay. No. What if Pettis loses? It'll be his 3rd loss. What for him, bro? What do you think happens for him then?
It's weird, isn't it? I think they're both on the sort of. They're just taking fights for paydays now. They must be getting pretty well paid because they're at that level. But yeah, I don't see either of them ever doing anything special, to be honest.
Right. You think their best days are basically behind them, I'd say, for both of them.
Yeah. They're almost like, it's like they don't know what division they want to be in. They'll just take fights for fucking money. Like, fair play as well. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so moving on to the main card. If all those fights weren't fucking good enough, we move on to the main card. And the first fight is Greg Hardy against Yorgan De Castro. We actually reviewed this fight because it was supposed to be on a previous card, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to be on a previous card, and I think we spoke about it before. And obviously, we both made our feelings on who we wanted to win quite clear. I wanted Yorgan De Castro. I think we both want him to win, but mate, Hardy's no slouch. He's a fucking animal.
No, I'd like. It's one of them again. I'm just hope it's going to be one of them where someone's getting knocked out. Hopefully, so yeah. Hopefully, it's not a fucking boring one.
Fingers crossed it's not. Yeah, I think you're right. With these 2 bangers, I think someone's going to be going to sleep. Hopefully. After that, we have Jeremy Stephens against Calvin Kattar. Mate, this fight to me is one of the most interesting on the card.
Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think this one plays out?
Yeah, even though Stephens has been around a lot, obviously he's training with Dominic Cruz, so it's like they both might have like pushed themselves to a certain level. Do you know what I mean? Like that championship status. So like, if Cruz weren't, if I hadn't seen that, like it's just they've been training together, like pushing each other. But I don't know. I think that Calvin Kattar is fucking sick. Like, he was the guy, right, that started coming back against Zabit.
Yes.
And like people have said, if that had gone on maybe another couple of rounds, he could have turned it around.
Absolutely, yeah. He finished very, very strong in that fight.
Yeah, if he's got that in him, and it's another one of them. I don't know. Stephens is. I wouldn't say he's past it, but fucking. I'd go Kattar in that one.
I think Kattar. So we going just in regards to the record. So with Kattar, his last fight was, as Pete mentioned, was against Zabit. He lost that one via decision, but he finished strong in that one. And then before that, he beat Ricardo Lamas and he beat Chris Fishgold. So he's doing okay. He lost to Renato Moicano before that, but then before he lost to Renato, he was on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10-fight win streak. And then obviously losing 2 in between 2 wins. So, again, it's going to be a good fight.
What was Stephens' last fight?
So Stephens' last fight was against Yair Rodriguez. And he lost.
The dodgy one. Was that a dodgy one? Yeah, I remember that.
But no. So he fought Yair Rodriguez. His last
Oh,
two
sorry.
fights.
Yeah.
His last two fights. So his last one, he lost the decision, but the one before that was a dodgy one where there was an accidental eye poke.
Yeah. And they hated each other after that. Yeah.
They fucking fought again. But then before that, Jeremy Stevens fought Zabit and lost as well. Mate, Zabit is,
Yeah, where's he? Why is he not on this card? What's going on?
Everyone else is on it. Where's he?
I know where he is. He's fucking hiding, isn't he?
He's hiding with Khabib, isn't he?
Fucking behind enemy lines. That's where they are.
That's a really, really interesting fight. But you think Calvin Kattar, yeah?
I'd say Kattar. Yeah, he's on the up.
I know. So that's going to be a really interesting fight. Coming close to the main event, but the third main event of this evening, Pete, it's the third to last fight is going to be Francis Ngannou against Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Talk to me about this one, bruv.
I think this is going to be the one that I'm going to feel the weirdest when they both step in the cage, because everyone's like, "Oh, wicked." I've had the feeling all the way through, like, wicked, I'll get to see Ngannou fight again. But then as soon as that ref says, like, let's go, it's going to be like, the longer it goes on, this Rozenstruik could, like, catch him as well. So it's like that would be the craziest outcome, I think, if Rozenstruik, like, just fucking, like, one bangs Ngannou. They want to be like, what the hell's going on here? Like, everyone wants him to get, like, move up and get a title shot. But then again, I think Ngannou's that focused as well after that. After them not last, but like a couple of shit performances, I think he's probably turned a corner. I think he's just sort of all guns blazing.
Absolutely. So just looking at his record, bruv, some of these names. Now, his first loss in the UFC was against Stipe, and Stipe just outworked him, out-wrestled him, fair enough. The Derek Lewis fight, again, was a weird one at UFC 226, where it was a bit of a stalemate. Lewis had bad
no
back.
contest, isn't it?
Absolutely. Should have been a draw, that fight. No one did nothing. I think Lewis threw free kicks. That's why he won. Do you know what I mean? Like, a weird one. But some of these names, Curtis Blades, Anthony Hamilton, Arlovsky, Overeem, Cain Velasquez, JDS, like, if he beats Rozenstruik now and then he goes on for a title fight, he's got to be considered as one of the greats, bruv.
Yeah, and I hope he's got to get it, I think. If he beats this guy and then, it looks like after a little bit of back and forth this week, it looks like DC and Stipe are going to fight again in the summer. So I reckon he'll get the winner of that.
Yeah, I hope so. I think. Do you think DC's going to retire though after Stipe?
Well, they might have to work something out with that. What do you think? If I was looking at it from a business point of view, I'd be saying, look, DC, we'll give you this fight against the champion, but if you win, you need to fight Ngannou after that. You can't just walk away, because then it'd just be a bit like, oh, he'll walk away, and then it'll probably be Stipe against Ngannou for the title, for like a vacant title, so it'd be a bit pointless. But I don't know, you never know. Fuck knows.
I don't think I've heard Joe Rogan talk many times about every time he talks to DC about fighting Ngannou. DC's like, fuck no, are you mad? I'm not fighting that guy.
It's mad. The Kane one was the one, because I saw what obviously Kane done to like Dos Santos, and I love Dos Santos as a striker, but after I saw him nullify him like twice, I was like, fucking hell, they could just do that. And Brock Lesnar and that, you can just do that to anyone. But
absolutely.
Then he just got clipped, fucking walking straight into Ngannou. Beast.
Absolutely. But let's talk about Rozenstruik, bruv. All wins in the UFC. He's an undefeated fighter. He's only ever had 9 professional fights, MMA fights, but his kickboxing record is unbelievable. 76 wins, 8 losses and 1 draw. That's a mad kickboxing record. And then his MMA record, as I say, is undefeated. He's beat Overeem. He's beat Andre Arlovsky. He's beat Alan Crowder. Beast, bruv. He fucked up Overeem's lip. Remember that?
The only thing with that is, I'd say, and you could say this about the Derek Lewis fight with Ngannou and stuff like that, and the Stipe one, but if he didn't do that at the end of that fight, like, no one's going to be talking about him for a while.
I agree.
I mean, it'd just be like Overeem would probably be in this position again, or like, no one would be talking about it. But I guess he showed he's got that in his fucking arsenal now.
Absolutely. I don't know what either of their ground games probably like. They're both strikers, really, so I can't imagine this one going to the ground.
Yeah, no, not so. Well, no. No,
Let's hope not. Let's
both
hope not.
kickboxers.
Absolutely.
Imagine
Absolutely.
that fucking 3-round grappling match.
Turn up for the books. Very, very close to the main event. The co-main event, I believe it is, or let's call it the penultimate fight of the evening, is Henry Cejudo, the double champ against Dominic Cruz. Talk to me about this one, bruv.
See, I love his tenacity and how focused he is, but I would love to see Dominic Cruz just fucking do it, especially after that's the first time I've seen that as well. I watched it in the countdown where they actually got Cejudo up after his bantamweight win, and he's sitting at the desk, and fucking Dominic Cruz is sitting there in his suit, and he's like, "Well, nah, man, the only way you ever cement yourself as the bantamweight champion is by beating the first champ, or like the champ that was there before." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, let's do it." Then they like shake hands. It's fucking so sick.
Mad.
And
I think Cejudo's sick.
Yeah, it's going to be different as well. It's not just going to be like when he fought Moraes, it was just like he got through that first round. But Dominic don't feel like he's not really a fucking massive striker, leg kicker. He's more of a like tactician. So it could be, and his wrestling's banging as well. Like even though he don't look it like Cejudo looks like more of a wrestler, but Cruz's takedowns are fucking amazing. Like takedown percentage.
And his footwork is just crazy.
And cardio. Hopefully, he's still got the cardio. So it'll be a good test.
Absolutely. So Cejudo's coming off 1, 2, 3, 4, a 5 fight win streak against Moraes, Dillashaw, DJ, Sergio Pettis, and Wilson Rice, and obviously he's a double champ. This is for the bantamweight title, 135, I believe. So
it's 130. Yeah,
135.
Go on. What are you saying? What are you thinking?
I personally see. This is the thing, right? So. I love Dominic Cruz. I'd love Cruz to do it. But his last fight was Dominic Cruz's last fight, bruv, was in 2016, 3.5 years ago. And it was a loss. And it is a loss to Cody. But let's not forget that before that, he'd beat Uriah Faber, TJ Dillashaw, DJ, Faber again, Benavidez.
DJ, that was the one. Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah. DJ, have you seen that DJ fight?
I can't remember it. I'm sure I've seen it.
Mate, he's fucking German suplexing him all over the ring. It's fucking crazy.
What, Cruz is just dominating him?
Yeah, like it's either 2 or 3, like pure German suplexes that you see in WWE, just float, like throwing him around, and then obviously he goes after Faber. He's just diving in at all angles, just dragging him down to the mat. If that sort of person comes out and he's got no injury worries, then it could be interesting because he is quite a bit bigger than Cejudo. And obviously Cejudo's moving up, so it's not just like he's a little bantamweight. He's not even really a bantamweight. It's like Dominic Cruz is the more natural weight, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just the whole ring rust thing, bruv. I don't know.
That's what he said. He's like, it don't exist. He's like, he keeps ring rust doesn't exist.
If you know how to fight, you fight. I'm guessing he's been training the whole time. I know that his career has been flagged by plantar fasciitis, which is a foot, a foot disorder where your feet just get, fucking fucked up from the bottom, blisters and all sorts. So, let's hope he's fully fit, and let's hope that they both give us a fight. I'm really looking forward to that one. But yeah, so you think Cruz, yeah?
I'll go Cruz on that one.
I think Cejudo's gonna get the job done, but I'd be over the moon. If Cruz does him. I'll be over the moon.
Yeah, he's so good.
Right then, bruv. Let's. I haven't actually had any. Normally, it comes up on this and says you have 10 minutes left. I haven't got that yet, so maybe it's going to let us record for a little bit longer. But anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. Okay. El Kukui against Justin Gaethje. We've got a fight. This is for the interim title, right?
Yeah.
It's for the interim lightweight title, which is It's a mad decision to me, bruv.
Has Tony still got that? He still walks around with it. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He still walks around because Khabib kicked it off the stage. Do you remember?
That was it. Yeah. So he is the interim champ. Yeah.
He must be. He still must be. I know they stripped the belt off him though when he fucking hurt his knee. So I don't think he is. But it's going to be a good fight. Talk to me about this one, bruv. Give me your thoughts on it.
Um, I thought Tony 100% a couple of weeks ago when they was going to do it, just because Gaethje didn't have time to get ready.
Right.
But then, to be honest, that's even elevated even more when I saw him do that weight cut. Just like he doesn't give a shit, like he doesn't care, and it's just like, even though I think Gaethje's there to fight, I think he gets hit way too much. Like he gambles too much to get the knockout, and you do that against someone like Ferguson, and you're going to get fucking busted, like cut up. Even the grappling, like Gaethje doesn't really use his wrestling a lot. He just goes for the knockout. So I can
he's a collegiate wrestler as well. It's crazy.
I know.
Why he doesn't do it.
I can see even in the scrambles him getting either caught in something or caught with elbows, knees, whatever. The energy, like he did start to fade a little bit against Poirier when he got knocked out. Maybe that's just the fact that he gets hit too much, and he was just. I guess the more you get hit in them rounds, it's like you start getting more fatigued. But I still think he can do it. Like we've seen Ferguson get dropped by Pettis and stuff like that. Like he can get dropped, but it's just his recovery and his fitness is just like key, I think. And the reach as well. That's what I looked at today. 6.5 inch reach advantage.
For Tony, So
Ferguson's crazy.
Yeah, Gaethje's got 70-inch reach, and Tony Ferguson 76.5. There's plenty of reach for him to grab him and take him down as well.
That's crazy. It's just like, and the way that obviously one of the last fights against Cowboy when he was like jabbing him up, like busted everyone's face. Just Gaethje's got a face. It looks like he can get busted up as well.
Absolutely,
just like a little like sugar puff.
And he does go in reckless as well. The only thing about that is, obviously, I listen to a lot of Brendan Sharp, love the dude, and he does Food Truck Diaries.
Yeah, best mates.
Yeah, him and Gaethje used to train together and stuff like that. And he said that
no, you and Sharp.
Oh, me and Sharp. Oh yeah, mate, we go fucking way back, mate. He said that, you know, him and Gaethje go way back as well. We're closer, but they go way back, and they had him on Food Truck Diaries, and Gaethje said to Brendan, dude, like, you do a lot of MMA shows. You have to stop calling me reckless. You have to stop saying that I'm going, because it's controlled chaos. I know what I'm doing is controlled. But Brendan basically said to him, dude, the way you fight, you're not here for a long career, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Like he has obviously got better, and he's tried to like tone it down a little bit and work on his defense. But to saying that, like, Tony gets hit as well, but not to the extent. He don't put himself in that situation where it's just knock out or be knocked out. Yeah,
exactly. Gaethje's record though is no joke. So he's coming off 3 wins. Obviously he beat Cowboy his last fight. He beat Edson Barboza before that, punching him out. And then he beat James Vick as well. And then he lost to Poirier, as you mentioned, and he did lose to Alvarez as well. But before that, mate, all wins. So only 2 career losses out of 20 fights. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's mad, isn't it?
And then going back to Ferguson, on the longest win streak of any fighter. His last loss was to Michael Johnson in 2012 was the last time that El Kakui lost. Absolutely mad. And since then, he has been fucking doing some damage to people and just fucking beating everyone from Barboza to Mike Rio, Kevin Lee, Rafael Dos Anjos, Pettis, Cowboy, Kevin Lee. Like, fuck, man. He's just...
it's crazy. But that's what I like about him, because it's not just wins. It's not just like, picking up decisions here and there. It's like just fucking going after people. Man. Leaving them in a fucking bloody mess.
All of his last fights, the faces of him, he's just ripped everybody apart. Like,
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
You watched the countdown show. What were your main takeaways from that? I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even from that, it's like, it seems like, I wouldn't say he's more confident, but Ferguson's always got that confidence about him, whereas Gaethje's like sort of admitting a little bit like, I'm there for a war, I'm scared and that, but like, I want to give the fans a good show and all this. And it's like, but he's saying he reckons he knows he can knock him out. But I guess until they get in there, I just don't see it. When I look at like the 3 different sort of factors, like grappling, striking, and like fatigue or like conditioning, I see out the 2 of them, Gaethje the one gassing and getting overwhelmed. I don't see him overwhelming Tony. Striking wise, I think he's probably got the power, but Tony can probably outstrike him like with volume, cut him up, and grappling wise, I don't even know if that's going to come into effect. Maybe if one of them gets tired and there's like a scramble, goes into submission, but I think it's going to be more striking. So I think the only way Gaethje can win is probably by a fucking knockout. That's it.
Yeah, no, I can 100% agree. It would be a terrible idea to take Tony down. The damage that he does to people off his back.
I know. Yeah.
Horrible. The elbows.
Gaethje's not going to do that. If that happens, even in round one, if Gaethje tries taking him down, then that's a bad sign.
100%. It'd be gassing out. Was it all the fights? Was it on the UFC countdown? I'm guessing it was just a couple.
So no. The countdown was only the 2 main events. So they followed a bit. It was 45 minutes long, and it was just the Tony and Justin and Cejudo and Cruz. It was good. It was interesting. It was just like you see like Cruz training, doing all these like normal shit, like in like a normal gym, and then you got Cejudo at some high level sports fucking academy with all like touching like lasers and lights on the wall and all shit like that. So they all look fucking like bang in shape. I don't think there's no worries about anyone not making weight or anything like that. I think everyone's going to be ready.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm loving this. Do you know what though, as well? Just looking at it from an outside point of view as well, like what the UFC is doing as a whole at the moment for sport. It's like they're the first sport that's doing it, and I know it's not a team sport, so it's a little bit easier. But you know, they're trailblazing a little bit. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's irresponsible. They shouldn't be doing it because there's a lockdown." But listen, it's 2 people in a cage that have been tested. There's no one in the arena.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Obviously, if these tests must be like 100% as well, surely.
100%.
So if these, because I think Joe Rogan does it as well, didn't he? When people come in, I didn't realise he was doing that at first. I was like,
he does the blood test though. He doesn't do the schnoz one.
Oh, he does okay.
He does a blood test.
Right. Okay. But so look, anyway, if these are like 100%, then surely if everyone, because that was it as well. Pettis, who's Pettis with? Duke Rufus. Pettis done an Instagram of Duke Rufus getting the swab up his nose as well, and he was like, "Oh man, that made me feel sick" or whatever. But like, but yeah, if they're all tested, the refs tested, judges, Joe Rogan, all that, and just I'm guessing like the cameramen, medical staff, everyone who's in there, then obviously anyone who's not, like they're not going to be let in. But it's you're just going to have like an arena empty with people that are clean. So it's like, I sort of understand it.
Absolutely. 100%. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's something we could all do with right now, and seeing a couple of people have it out. It's just, you know, I think we're all missing live sport.
Yeah, so excited. Like, even like everyone I've been talking to, just people around the world, it's like funny as well, because obviously Slee's in India, and he's like, I can't wait. We haven't watched anything like this in ages, just like live in human contact. I've got my mates Layla and Luke, they're going to watch it in Japan. They're like, we can't wait. It'll be like 11 o'clock in the morning for them.
Oh wow.
So it's just like a worldwide thing. It's just like, and they're going to benefit from this as well. You watch, like, if they're the only sport that's going on, it's going to be like, even people that don't really like UFC, they're going to be like, oh fuck it, let's tune into this, see what's going on.
The only thing is obviously the time that it's on, it's going to be it's a late one, isn't it? That's the only thing. So, you know, I don't know how many people.
It's not pay-per-view, is it, for us?
It'll be on BT. It'll be on BT.
Oh, good. It's not like the McGregor one now.
No, fuck that. The last thing they should be doing right now is fucking charging us to watch this shit. Give it to us.
Mate, I wouldn't care. If this was 100 quid, I'd pay it right now. So, I send them 120.
Yeah. All the money we've saved on not going out, it'll all go on the fight. It will all go on the fight.
Oh, dear.
Banging. Any other thoughts, Pete, you wanted to get down before we leave it?
Well, I haven't really looked into them, but I don't know if they've put the actual cards up. You do realise there's one this Saturday, then Wednesday, and then Saturday. Something like that. Crazy.
What is it? Just UFC 250 then? Are they doing it like that, or is it different cards?
It might be fight nights or something like that, but I'm sure there's going to be one on the is it the 16th? I can't even fucking remember what the dates are now. Maybe that's next Saturday. 9, 10, 11, 12.
I think it's 9. They're every weekend, basically.
No, I think there's one midweek as well. They're doing one midweek this week. Next week, sorry.
Okay, let's have a look then. So we've got Ferguson Gaethje on this weekend. Then on Thursday,
That's it,
so
Thursday.
on Thursday we've got. Let's have a look at this card. We've got. Oh, it's Big Anthony Smith, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, Anthony Smith against Glover Teixeira is the main event.
Is Matt Brown on there?
Let's have a look. He's not on the main. Might be on the prelims. Let's have a look. No, I can't see Matt Brown. I'll go through the fight. So on the midweek one, we've got Anthony Smith against Glover Teixeira. We've got Big Ben Rothero against Ovince St. Preux. That'd be an interesting fight.
Sick.
Alexander Hernandez, good up-and-coming fighter against Drew Dober. That'd be a really good fight.
Okay.
And then we've got Ricky Simone against Ray Borg. That's a fucking great fight.
Yeah, that's a sick fight.
Carl Roberson against Marvin Vittori. Big Vittori with his tattoo. So that'd be a good one. And then on the prelim, mate, some of the names on this prelim, we've got fucking Big Andrei Arlovsky fighting. We've got Michael Johnson fighting. We've got Brian Kelleher's fighting as well. This is mad. Absolutely mad.
I'm sure Matt Brown, maybe he's on the next Saturday's one.
Let me just have a look. Yeah, and then we've got.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
We've got and then on the weekend we've got Alistair Overeem against Walt Harris. That would be a good fight. Dan Ige's fighting Edson Barboza.
That's the one they've just announced. Yeah.
Fucking hell, that'd be banging.
He's British, isn't he? He's from England.
Who's that?
Ige.
Ige is. No, I think.
Sure he is.
Is he? No. He's from the US. Ige.
Oh.
Yeah, Barboza's obviously Brazilian. Absolute fucking beast of a man. Yeah. So let us see what else we got. Yeah. So I can't see Immortal anywhere. Can't see him fighting anywhere.
Sure, they said because it was a fight that was meant to happen on one of the last cards, and they've just moved it across. Fuck knows. Unless something's happened to it.
We'll see. It's not loading at the minute anyway. But yes, we've got some midweek action. We've got some weekend action as well. It's going to give us plenty to talk about. I think the next time, basically as soon as 249's done, we'll link up, mate, and have a chat about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Beautiful. Anything else?
Can't wait. No, I think that's it. Oh, did you hear about the Fight Island?
What do you think about this?
Well, no, mate. Apparently, Masvidal's not fighting Usman now, so they're looking for someone for him. But then I don't know whether they're probably just talking it because I think Dana White's already shut it down. He said he was like, no, it could happen, but it's not going to happen.
Right.
Obviously with McGregor for the BMF.
So McGregor and Masvidal for the title.
Yeah, I'm guessing because he said they do the island for the international fights. So I'm guessing McGregor's not in America right now. Yeah, he must be in Ireland.
He's definitely in Ireland.
That'd be so fucking exciting.
I'll be honest. Obviously, I know I personally would prefer to see Masvidal Usman only because I think they're the two top fighters in the division.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know why that ain't happening. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a weird one. It's a shame, that one. We'll keep our ears and eyes out anyway for more upcoming fights. And then obviously you'll see us as soon as 249's done this weekend, mate. We'll catch up during a week and then review we'll look into more of the fighters that are coming up. And let's hope and pray all the fights go ahead as planned.
Fingers crossed. Everyone weighs in tomorrow.
Everything crossed, yeah. Weighs in will be good, and then the weigh-ins will be good, and then also the all the build-up and stuff like that. I'm really excited to watch it all, man. So, boom.
Definitely sick.
Beautiful. Thanks very much for listening, everyone. And yeah, we'll catch up after the fights, mate.
Take care.
Beautiful. Stay safe. See you later.
Wash your hands.
Wash your fucking hands.